Hey everybody, it's Aaron, Prepping Ohio. Thought I'd have a look at my batteries today, and I'm glad I did because I found a very big problem. I don't know if you remember my last couple videos. It wasn't my last couple, it was uh, my off-grid laundry things. I think there was like 3 videos, maybe 4, uh, where I ran my electric clothes washer off of solar. The first one worked great, and the other ones halfway through I had to fire up the generator or some other thing. Yeah, go on grid, which sucks. But yeah, today I dragged them out, checked the fluids. The fluids are good, and I noticed every single terminal was loose. Look how bad they are. Look how corroded. That's what happens when your terminals are loose. These are pretty good batteries. I mean, I don't know, there's probably what, let's say, I don't know what the hell that is. That's, uh, 2, 3, that's, I don't know, around $500 worth of batteries right there. Uh, yeah, that's just the same thing that you can get from a Kmart or a Walmart. The biggest battery that you can get, and rechargeable. Actually, just noticed that right there. There's corrosion up there. That's pretty tight still. So, I don't know. That may have to be addressed. That actually may have came from. These were loose too. They're just like any kind of deep cycle marine battery. They have the nut that threads down on a stud, and then they also have the terminal connections. Those were also slightly loose, and I didn't see any corrosion on them, but I did tighten them down. But I'm just now noticing that my positive line to my inverter is kind of crappy and corroded. That might also be another problem. I did do a load of laundry today, and I didn't have any trouble, but I didn't film it because my little guy's here. And unless everybody wants to hear dinosaurs roaring the entire time, I just did it to see if it even work and spare everyone else the problem. There's a bunch of, look, that's the corrosion that come off. I did clean the terminals, and I cleaned the inside of well, I guess the clamp, and this is the terminal or terminal connection, whatever. It's all clean now. I think you can kind of see that one. It's shiny up in, where's my hand? Okay, up at the very top. Like, well, you can't see it. I guess the camera isn't showing it. And yeah. So today was absolutely successful. There's been a lot of sun today too, which really topped off the batteries nicely. I think we've been in float mode since around noon. And with the laundry and everything, we stayed in float mode. And now it is, what time is it? 20 till 6 p.m. So we've got, I don't know, roughly 2.5 hours of sunlight left. Look at that gunk. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, so really think that was the big problem. And I'm gonna have to, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to do something with that. You see the marker back there? That's the stand that this thing is sitting on. The batteries are sitting on. There's some more marker. This used to be just like a stand in the kitchen, and we would store pots and pans and stuff underneath of it. And my son, when he was very little, he decided that markers were fun, and anything he could write on, he would. So he did. And I don't know. I thought about painting over it or trying to wash it off or sand it off, but I kind of like it. Kind of reminds me of back when he was wee little. So anyway, yeah, the batteries, like I said, they're all topped off, and there hasn't. Whoops, sorry, just had an email. They're all topped off, and just today I crimped them all down tight, clean, and I haven't had any trouble. and the inverter doesn't go near as hard as it did before. So for now, I think that was a problem. It was obviously a problem anyway. I mean, it's just the same thing as starting your car. If you have a loose terminal, you can't get the amps that you need to turn your starter, to turn your engine. It's the same thing. If you're drawing a bunch, and that guy's getting tight. If you have the demand for a bunch and you just can't get it there, then that's a fault. These were bad. They're fixed now, and it was all of them. There's 6 posts, 3, and then of course the negatives all on the back. These are just 12-volt batteries. I have a 12-volt system, 12-volt inverter, 12-volt everything. Maybe someday I'll jump up to 24-volt. But that's expensive to make the change. I guess if you start out with a 24-volt system, it's better. And the only real benefit from that is you can have smaller wiring. And for what I'm using, I don't really care. It is more efficient to have higher voltage and lower amps. You can have smaller wiring. Your fuses can be smaller. Just all that. But you have to have a compatible inverter, a compatible charge controller. Your panels have to be wired correctly to have the proper output. And your batteries, of course, if you're storing your energy, your batteries have to be wired correctly. So, that's a huge pain in the ass for me to change over to a 24-volt system, especially since I have 3 12-volt batteries. Eventually, yes, everything will be bigger and better, but for now, that's what I got. And I'm sorry, I know I keep taking this back and forth while I'm talking to you, but I don't know, I think my talking is probably more entertaining than looking at filthy batteries and the corrosion that was scratched off of them. These were the batteries that were outside in the elements for about 2 years, and I'm very, very impressed and pleased that they still perform as they do. So yeah, there we go. There's that. Well, thankfully it was incredibly hot again today with a lot of sun. The laundry that I did off-grid is now hanging on my temporary / permanent, for now, clothesline. They're drying good. And something cool that, this is a towel. Obviously it's a towel. Just listen. See that? You hear that? I love that. It's hard, and that's something you don't get when you use a normal dryer. Yeah, here's something kind of cool. I don't know if you can hear the thunder in the distance. This isn't supposed to be here, according to the meteorologists. Which that's something that always used to bug me too, and still bugs me today. A meteorologist should be somebody that studies meteors. Meteorites, anything, not the frickin' weather. They should be known, the people that study the weather and report the weather should be known as like wind, rain, temperature, snow, something-ologist. I don't know where the actual terminology comes from. I didn't take the time to look it up because I just really don't care. And this is the time of year where they're kind of right-ish sometimes. Like right now is probably a good example. Now, if I looked at the radar, this would be a tiny little dot above us. So I guess the percentage means that they're right. Like, Ohio might get rain today around 11 p.m. Well, if 2% of Ohio gets rain, well, they're still 98% right. Yeah, anyway. Still love this. I love it. It's rough, and it's kind of like almost like a cardboard. That's cool. I did put fabric softener in with this, which I kind of hate, just because it's something that I can't really make myself. And I did use store-bought laundry detergent to do this. See how it's... I love that. That's so cool. But I guess I'm going to have to put my camera away now and take the clothes off the line. This is... Can you hear the thunder? I don't know if you can actually hear that. I can just barely hear it. It's kind of rumbling in the distance. And it's really weird. The clouds, I don't know if you can tell, they're moving north. That way is north. They usually go that way. They're going this way. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably no frame of reference for my viewers, but anyway, that's what's going on. Kind of a cool thing. Let's look over here. There's blue sky. Kind of cloudy, but blue sky. And here comes the dark, scary stuff. And that's what's coming at us with my laundry. So, yeah, guess I'm gonna pull the pin on this video now. Get this stuff off the line and brace for impact. I don't know, I guess if things get bad, I might show that. Oh, those clouds are actually moving kind of fast. And it did cool down a bunch. It was incredibly hot when I first come out, and it's probably dropped 2 or 3 degrees. But yeah, the sun is behind the clouds now, so that obviously makes it cooler. So yeah, I guess if we get crazy storms, maybe I'll share that with you. So yeah, this might be the end of the video. I don't know. If there's more, you will see. Well, hey everybody, thanks for watching, I think. So the wind just come out of nowhere, and of course you can't see the leaves blowing through. I kind of think there's going to be something cool. If there's not anything cool, then it's missing one hell of a chance to do something cool. I guess we'll see. So that's pretty much all it's done. The wind blew like crazy, thundered a bunch, and it sprinkled. You can see there's just a little bit of water running off there. The sky's starting to clear up. Probably doesn't show up so good in the camera, but it's a lot brighter there now, like in the center of the screen. This is what everything looked like a little bit ago. Yeah, that's not as bad as what it looks. It's still, you know, I don't know. I guess it's still pretty bad, but that's what's coming at it. I looked at the radar, and apparently we just caught a little tiny corner of it. And it's going to be gone in, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. So, yeah, I'm just going to end the video now and say again, thank you for watching. And that's the weather here. Very unpredictable. Y'all have a good one.